Hello, folks. Welcome to Kudlow. I'm Larry Kudlow. All right. President Trump had a huge win in New Hampshire last night, and he's looking unstoppable. It's a thought, something Nikki Haley can't seem to come to terms with, but we'll talk about that. We have Joe Concha, Mark Simone, and Breitbart's Emma Jo Morris. We'll be right here on set in just a few moments to talk about the whole story. And then Wall Streeter Dan Clifton, he's going to tell us what the Trump stocks are. And then the great Art Laffer will kibitz on it. Plus, everyone is bombing everyone in the Middle East on Joe Biden's watch. This whole thing's out of control. Kash Patel, General Keith Kellogg going to weigh in on that. And then later in the show, illegal migrants now getting on airplanes and everything else with no IDs, okay? It's another reason why immigration is the top issue for voters in Iowa and New Hampshire. We're going to talk to Steve Hilton and then the New York Post's Betsy McCoy. But first up, I want to make a few thoughts weigh in, no matter what Nikki Haley says. The reality is President Donald Trump had a huge victory last night in New Hampshire in a vote stacked by Democrats and liberal independents. Mr. Trump still garnered 54% and defeated second-place Haley by 11 percentage points. And he won the highest number of votes anyone has ever won in a New Hampshire primary, Republican or Democrat. And, of course, he swept the Iowa caucus with over 50%, where Nikki Haley finished third, 32 points behind Mr. Trump. And it's very rare anyone takes both Iowa and New Hampshire in the presidential race. Now, Trump knows he must unify the GOP. All right. And, in fact, he's already pulled in candidates like Vivek Ramaswamy and Senator Tim Scott and Governor Ron DeSantis and Governor Doug Burgum. And these folks all barnstormed with him in New Hampshire in tour de force rallies. But Nikki Haley is still in the race despite her big-time losses. Okay, fine. It's her choice. She's going to get clobbered in South Carolina. It's her home state. But I certainly respect her decision to keep running. All right? However, her performance last night will not do her any good. She rushed to the microphone early during the vote count and then gave a speech that actually suggested that she was the winner. And that was nonsense. Again, she lost by 11 points. Trump got 54% of the vote. She had 43%. That is a defeat. And what was her message? Well, she wants Trump to take a mental competency test. Really? She has no other narrative other than cheap shots at Trump. And President Trump, who is accustomed to people taking cheap shots at him, had this to say about it.
I felt I should do this because I find in life you can't let people get away with okay? You can't. You just can't do that. I said, what's she doing? We won. And she did the same thing last week.
All right. Of course, he is a major league fighter. And I think he would probably have preferred to be more gracious, as he was when he welcomed DeSantis and Vivek and Senator Tim Scott into the fold. But he doesn't like phonies, and he doesn't like cheap shots. And personally, I think that's all Nikki Haley has. That's her narrative. Now, Mr. Trump, in his fighting mood, did a great job last night punching out President Biden. Take a listen to this.
They must hate our country because there's no other reason that they can be doing the things they do. Take a look. The taxes, they want to raise your taxes ×4. They want to let the Trump tax cuts, the biggest tax cuts in the history of our country, they want them to expire. Your taxes are going to go through the roof. You take a look at regulations. They're throwing regulations. You can't breathe. You can't even breathe with what they're doing.
All right, that's really good stuff. The former president's strength: cutting taxes, eliminating onerous regulations, keeping the dollar as the world's reserve currency, and digging for liquid gold. And the number one issue in New Hampshire, just like Iowa, is the illegal immigration problem coming from the southern border, but also coming from the northern border as well. You can see that 41%. It's even more than the economy. And according to the Fox News voter analysis, among Republican voters in New Hampshire who said immigration was the top issue facing the country, 73% broke for Trump. Haley hardly ever mentions the open border, or for that matter, tax cuts. or deregulation for the economy. She never mentions opening the spigots for fossil fuels. All she's doing is running a negative campaign against Trump, and it is going to fail badly. Mr. Trump, on the other hand, will continue to focus on Joe Biden with a big tent embrace that says successful policies on the economy and the border and foreign affairs will unify the entire country. Already, his issues-oriented campaign has attracted record support among groups like Hispanics, African Americans, and Asian Americans. And as for Haley, yesterday afternoon, before the polls closed, Mr. Trump magnanimously said, and I will quote, "She can do whatever she wants. It doesn't matter," end quote. Attaboy, Mr. Trump. Attaboy. Spot on. That's my take.